Welcome to the Stone Soup Recovery Podcast. Your host, Adam and Sean, will talk about their lives and living in recovery.
Hello, and welcome to Stone Soup Recovery Podcast. My name is Adam.
And I'm Sean. Thank you for such a warm welcome.
There you go. Happy that we're here.
Yeah.
All right. On tonight's podcast, we're going to be talking about Christmas. Christmas is past and Christmas is present. We're just going to be sharing memories and talking about what it was like maybe growing up and what our Christmases look like today.
Yeah, we are on the eve of Christmas Eve.
We are on the eve of Christmas Eve, and because we have family coming and company, we celebrated Christmas today.
Yes, we did. We have our kids will be here, and it'll be a full house for the weekend, it looks like. But we're getting this terrible blizzard outside, so things got pushed back a little bit.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a horrible storm.
I'm sure everybody's in the middle of it right now because it's a big one.
But if you're wondering why I sound so silky and smooth, it's because I'm running through the new Rodecaster Pro that I got for Christmas. It's pretty awesome, and it's a really nice piece of equipment, and we're happy to have it.
Yeah, that's a great thing to have right there.
It's nice. It's super nice.
Yeah.
I remember Christmases where I got nice things. I mean, I remember when I got a ghetto blaster, and that was a big deal.
That's a ghetto blaster. It's got to be a...
It's a big stereo tape deck, dual tape deck, and it was cassette.
Like what I would call a jam box.
A jam box.
A boom box.
A boom box.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. And I don't know why that memory sticks out so much, just because I wanted one so bad when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, my friends had one and I wanted one. And then it was dual cassette. So I could record.
Yeah.
I could copy other people's music, man. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. And then you could play it when you wanted.
It was before Napster. It was long before Napster.
Yeah, that was back, BMG and Columbia House. Remember, you'd be flipping through the magazine and you'd see their ad, and you could get like 12 cassettes for
even more at Christmas.
a penny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They went out of business. Nobody ever paid them.
I think that must have been what happened, because you sure don't hear about them anymore. But
what is your favorite Christmas from the past?
Oh, geez, there's quite a few. I got one of those as well at Christmas time, one of those big jam boxes. Me and my brother and I, we always got gifts from my grandparents, and they lived in Arizona in the winter. So my mom, she would go Christmas shopping and buy the gift, from them to us.
Right.
And we used to get really cool gifts like that. We got a clock radio first, and that was really, that was so awesome. I could listen to the radio in my bedroom. Wow.
Clock radio. That was big high tech back then.
Oh, yeah. And then shortly after that came a record player, and it was blue. It looked like a denim. It was like blue jean looking, but it wasn't made of denim. But
right.
And then I collected all these records that everybody would buy me all the time, and so that's where I got my big love of music. I believe is early listening to those records, and then as we got older, we got our presents got a little bit more expensive, and I think one of the best gifts that I ever got as a kid, probably as an early teenager, was my phone, and my dad installed it into my bedroom. And that was like so awesome.
That was a big deal.
Yeah. Not very many of my friends had a phone in their room. It was before cordless phones. It was before any of that stuff.
Before the iPhone.
There was usually one phone. It was rotary dial in your house, and that was the one that everybody used, and everybody could hear everybody's conversations.
Kids today wouldn't understand that, would they?
No, or pay phones.
Yeah.
Remember pay phones?
You got to pay for a phone call? What do you mean you got to pay for it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. I never got a phone in my room, but I always wanted a TV, and I never got a TV either.
I never got one of those either.
My friends had one in their room, but I didn't.
Yeah. No, I think my mom was afraid that I would just, stay in my room and never come out again if I had a TV.
That's probably what I would have done too.
Yeah.
my mom, growing up without my dad, my mom put on some Christmases, and she did really well. And we had some really fantastic years. Me and my older sister and my younger sister, and I just remember that the tree was always overstuffed with presents.
Yeah.
Growing up, there was only one Christmas in particular where, Mom got really drunk the night before and didn't get up for Christmas, and so we opened the presents without her.
Yeah.
And she was really unhappy about that, but we were kids, you know what I mean? And that's really, growing up, the only negative Christmas memory that I think I have, because the rest of them are just, candy canes and rainbows.
Yeah, mine pretty much too. We had one Christmas one. I don't even know for sure how old I was, maybe 12 or 13. And my aunt and uncle, my mom's sister, they would come and spend the holiday with us. They lived downstate, so it was just, a few hours in the car, and they were at our house. And so it was kind of a tradition that they would come, and they usually would stay for the week after. And my cousin would come, Samantha. She was a lot of fun. I always looked forward to that time. And anyways, so we were all having dinner around the table. And my brother, who was 5 years younger than me at the time, so he was, still kind of young, he was eating and got a piece of turkey lodged in his, throat.
Uh-oh.
And could not breathe. Started turning blue, couldn't breathe. Everybody panicked. Everybody freaked out. And my aunt jumped up and did the Heimlich maneuver on him, and it worked.
The Heimlich.
Yep, it worked just how it was supposed to work. It flung the food right out of his mouth and across the room, and then he could breathe. So, it does work.
Wow, the Heimlich save your life.
It definitely, because he was choking and could not breathe. He was turning color. He would have died. Yeah.
Wow, that's a bumper sticker. Telling you, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome. Not that he choked,
but that was on Christmas Eve.
That's kind of awesome. She was there to do that.
We were having dinner on Christmas Eve when that happened. So, and another great memory I was just thinking about too. When I was young, we could look out this big picture window, and we lived on the lake, so you could see all across to the town.
Okay.
And then up in the hills, across the lake, there was an antenna tower type deal, and it had a red blinking light. And it did it year round all the time. I never noticed it except for at Christmas time when my dad would call us to the window and say, "Look, there's Rudolph. See his blinking red nose." And sure enough, there was that blinking light, and never put two and two together till I was older. But we always saw Rudolph in the sky.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How old were you when you found out Santa wasn't real?
I was about 5th grade. My friends were all telling me that, I was a baby because I still believed in Santa Claus.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And I came in, and my mom, she was cleaning out a closet, and I put my hands on my hips, and I said, "All right, I want to know the truth. Is this Santa?" And she looks at me and she says, "No, there's no Santa." And then I went right down the list. Is there the Easter Bunny? Is there the Tooth Fairy? I made her come clean on all of it.
were you surprised and shocked?
Kind of. I was little, so I don't really remember. Yeah. I remember talking to her about that conversation. And I remember there was kind of a letdown feeling at Christmas time after that of like the magic was gone, the Santa magic. Because I truly believed in Santa Claus, and we always had nice Christmases, and I had no reason not to believe in Santa Claus.
Right.
So, and my brother believed in Santa Claus too. He was younger than me. So everybody just in the household believed in Santa, and I was a real person.
They didn't even question it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing. Yeah. I think I was probably around the same age, probably 4th grade. And my aunt told me, my Aunt Karen, and I remember going to my mom and be like, "Aunt Karen told me Santa wasn't real." And my mom got mad. She got mad at my aunt for ruining it for me. Yeah. But that's how I found out, that Santa wasn't. I wish he was real.
I do too. Yeah.
I mean, that'd be pretty groovy, right?
It would save on the wallet.
It would save on the wallet. It would save on the wallet.
My dad always had these big plastic Santa Claus in the sleigh and then the reindeer in the front, and they were all in individual pieces, but all kind of strung together with lights.
Yeah.
And he would put them out in the front. They were big pieces, and they lit up the whole yard, And so that was always tradition too in our house. When Dad would put those out there, I can just think of so many cool things as a kid growing up, about Christmas.
We had lights. We always had lots of Christmas lights and things like that. But I don't remember if we had any like lawn stuff. But
Yeah, that was the only thing that he put out was that set, and it was a simple set. It was just a big plastic Santa and a reindeer.
I remember, and I loved it as a kid. My mom had a Lionel train set, and she'd set it up every Christmas under the tree, and it would just go round and round and round and round. She'd leave it run. You know what I mean? You could sit there and look at that train, and it was very cool.
Did you have my mom always had these bells hanging, and then you would pull the string in the center of the bell, and it would play silver bells?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
We had other things. I remember we had a Christmas jewelry box. It had like Santa in it and some sleigh, and you open it up and it plays Christmas music. I remember that.
Yeah, lots of cool things.
Yeah, a lot of cool things, And growing up, without a dad, my mom did a really great job, I think. You know what I mean? She was a super mom as far as that goes.
Was there always alcohol in the holidays when you were growing up?
Yes, there was always bottles of R&R and Black Velvet around. I can remember that distinctly. Always, it was just normal. We didn't know any different.
Were you taking sips out of it at that time?
No, I can't say that I did.
You're probably afraid of your mom.
Yeah.
What'd she do to you?
Well, I think I just knew that it was for adults, and I just wasn't interested in it. The first drink I ever got was actually from my dad. It was Pabst Blue Ribbon, and I drank I think just a few sips, and then I think I drank a whole beer. And I was just a little kid, That was the first time I ever drank it. First time. Very first time. Yeah. And I know that I'd never give my kid something like even though I was drinking when she was little, I never would have even considered it. But I don't know. People are different. Times are different, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're different. We didn't have alcohol in our family gatherings. We always had the non-alcoholic champagne or wine.
Okay.
And my mom would get a couple of bottles of those, and we'd have them either at Christmas or New Year's Eve. But yeah, growing up, we really didn't drink a whole lot in our household. My dad would have a beer once in a while if he's out mowing the lawn or something, but that wasn't a problem when I was growing up.
See, for me, I lived in an alcoholic home. My mom was an alcoholic. She drank almost every day, if not every day. I was little, so. I remember it was Christmas time in the snow, and we had a babysitter. She had to drive home. She was drunk and flattened a couple signs on the way home, and didn't remember it. I remember that. But she did her best. I know she did. And I'm thankful for all the Christmases that we had growing up. And when she did marry my stepdad at one point when I was 10, and the Christmases got even bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I remember my stepdad at Christmas, we'd always have the stockings hung, and he'd have a fire going in the wood stove, and Mom would be making something in the kitchen. It was during that time she didn't drink, so life was completely different. She was sober for about 10 years. And so growing up had changed. Our life had changed. We started going to church. We started doing a lot more things that we hadn't done prior to her active drinking.
Yeah.
But one of the great things was Christmas, and I still look forward to Christmas. And the Christmas that I had with Chloe growing up was awesome. They always had really good Christmases too. Even though I was drinking at the time, it was an active addiction. We still had good Christmases and lots of memories, lots of really good memories of the kids opening presents and going sledding and their school Christmas party I would go to with Chloe and it was just an amazing time, and I love Christmas.
Yeah, I love Christmas too. I love all the holidays, but something special about Christmas.
Something special about Christmas. There's something special about being sober and in recovery and being able to enjoy Christmas. Because in Christmases past, they weren't all rainbows and hugs. There were Christmases where I drank and I was homeless, and Christmases where I was in prison. Those are the tough ones, where I'm in prison. Those were hard.
Yeah, I bet.
I
couldn't imagine.
Yeah, it's just you feel forgotten. You're the last man on earth.
Yeah.
And I've been there, and it sucks. And I've been homeless on Christmas. I've been without. I've been to the point to where, not a lot, but a couple Christmases I can remember I didn't have the money to get the kids anything because I drank the money away. And I still, I was talking to my daughter yesterday, and I was still talking to her about these things, and because these are things that I need to let go of a little bit, because I still hold on to as far as a regret, and I shouldn't. And so I'm working on that. But I failed her. I did. There were a couple Christmases where, more than a couple, and so that's why I'm so happy she's coming on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that and spending time with her. This Christmas in recovery, so far it's amazing. We shared our Christmas today, and we just had a wonderful time, and these are things that I could have never done in active drinking. Couldn't have done it. I couldn't have enjoyed it and gotten the same amount of pleasure and joy.
Yeah. Me either. Or together. Jeez. Could you imagine if we were both together on a holiday in active addiction, drinking?
No, I can't. No. It wouldn't go well, would it?
No, probably not. It's probably a good thing we're sober.
It is a good thing.
And just over 2 years now, too.
Just over 2 years. I'm getting my coin.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, both of us are just over 2 years sober, and my daughter's bringing me a 2-year coin. There's a story behind that coin. I was once sober for 2 years, and I relapsed. And I relapsed for several years. And that coin, I told Chloe at the time, and this would have been 5 years ago. I told her, take this coin and hold on to it for me, and I'll be back for it one day. And she's had it the whole time. She's never, she's carried it with her. So that's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't let her down now.
No. And so she's bringing me the coin, and I'm going to get 2-year coin.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, and it's a special coin. It's one that it's not just one that was picked out of a random pile.
Yeah.
There's some story behind it. So I'm excited to have it, and I'm excited to see her. And I'm thankful that it's Christmas. I have so much to be thankful for.
Yeah.
I truly do. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up, and we're just hoping that you guys have a wonderful Christmas and a wonderful time. And also over here at Stone Soup Recovery Podcast are giving you the best wishes and warm wishes for the holidays. And we're going to sign off. So This has been Stone Soup Recovery Podcast. My name is Adam.
And I'm Sean. And I want to add on to that to also check out Stone Soup Designs. That's where you'll find all of our music and our art and our crafts.
Stone Soup Designs.
Yep. So give us a like there too if you want, if you will.
Okay. Stone Soup Designs.
So have a happy holiday, and hopefully we'll check back in again before the holiday's over. We're gonna have family here, and we're gonna try to pull some of them into a podcast.
Do a family podcast.
Yeah,
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. So
it's going to be awesome.
all right.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. This has been Stone Soup Recovery Podcast.
Bye.
Bye.